Yeah, good morning. Good morning, every viewers. To you there. God bless your week. And we thank God for the life. We thank God to be alive here. And I want to thank Norum, Namdi Norum, right? Is balancing the issue on those are the people the comment section. Yeah, okay. That guy is really balancing the issues on the process of graduating and process of, I really like his comment on that. And he's clear-minded person. Right?
Yeah. But don't you think Atiku is chasing cloud?
He's just chasing shadow, even cloud and shadow. Shadow of the cloud. Let's just say he's chasing shadow of the cloud, because I see no reason. And for this man saying this, Ralph, I think I can't blame him, because he's greed, man. Now, and he's still pain. The pain is still in him. That what he expected was not what happened actually. And I can say categorically here that the leaders we are all fighting for, tackling ourselves, they have a podium, they embrace themselves. You can't imagine Obi visiting Tinubu's son in his house. It's just the foot soldier that they need to educate better, so that they won't go astray, because this election has come and stayed. And as it is, if the worst thing they can do is rerun. And where is the money? Are we still going to be borrowing money to organize another election? And there has been never a perfect election that has been happening in Nigeria. And I can see they wanted to make this election more transparent, transparent through the electronic transmission of results. But the beavers and everything backfire. How it backfire? That's another question for INEC. So they should be directing their grievances, directing their anger to what's it called, to NEC. That's what's it called, this electoral commissions. They should be directing their grievances to them, because INEC should be blamed for all this atrocity that happened, because you, as the master, you are in custody of the electoral devices, you are in the custody of the beavers and everything. But still, you could not monitor your beavers, you could not monitor. And one thing, the INEC president, the chairman of INEC, the good one statement he just made that people are capturing on was, when the beavers was malfunctioning, right? You have to speak out. You kept mum and you just switch over to analog. And, people are now querying you. Why is beavers not working? Why is, you ought to say it loud when the problem occurred, that this is what situation we have now. You could not talk, right? And because they brought a data analyst professor, that time, and I was watching, same thing he said, that the INEC chairman created that lacuna for people not to be able to trust the electoral system, right? Because when you are having hiccup, you have to have spoken out. Still, this is the situation we have. So to me, I will give him a blame game on that process.
Away from that, ECOWAS demands shorter transition period from the junta in Niger. And when you look at it, the issue has been going on and on and on, different dialogues. Delegations have been sent there several times, but at the end of the day, nothing substantial now came out of the meetings or the dialogue.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay.
I think they have to have a meeting point in which two of them will agree on. And as it is now, the juntas they are not shifting their ground. Why the ECOWAS too are not shifting their ground? And why this is happening is, they say once beaten, twice shy. Once beaten, twice shy is what is happening now. They were beaten during the Mali coup. They were beaten during the Burkina Faso issues. And now they are trending towards, Niger issues. You see, one thing, let us just complain and come neutral now. Democratic government, the worst democratic government, is better than the best of the military government. And they are saying because of sanction. Do you know how many sanctions Nigeria went through under Abacha? Under unlawful aborted of democratic system that IBB put in place. The IBB itself has wanted that opportunity to transform himself to Babariga democratic government, But people rejected it. a lot of people went against him. And as it is now, the same thing, Abacha follows suit. When Abacha follows suit, now since then, we now say the Pharaoh we saw yesterday, we see them no more. We see it no more in this country. So we don't want junta. We don't want military juntas to take anything military rules. We don't want any 3 years rule, because that guy is as transforming himself after that 3 years to a president. Presidential candidate. From presidential candidate, he will muzzle himself to occupy that seat, and that cannot work. Let democracy breathe. That is one thing I want to pass across to that guy, that junta. What's his name, sir? Abdurrahmani. Let democracy breathe. No matter what is going on in your country, no matter what is going on in Nigeria as it is, I'm telling you, as we are now, we have freedom of speech. We are talking, right? Can you do that under military? And if there be any military take over in Nigeria, Nigeria will be sanctioned, severe sanction. We knew what we faced under Abacha then. Nevertheless, the economy was still managing to boom a bit, but we lost a lot of things. I have a cousin that lost Commonwealth, this thing sponsors program in Ireland, because Nigeria, the military junta took over Nigeria. Then they withdrew that Commonwealth, Commonwealth benefit is supposed to have then, because Nigeria joined. Nigerian, was practicing military government, and that thing blocked that guy way from being admitted into one of these European countries, because he came up with a first class in University of Ibadan. But the atrocities of our leaders. So to me, let's all behave as a normal people in Africa. Africa is abnormal. Africa is not thinking well. Even we have been just released from slavery, we ought to have gotten our bearing right, and a lot of scholarship that will affect Nigerian people. Even French bilateral relationship they have with friends. Let him pass you, Just accept that. It's now for you to be training yourself. To move, have a way to even get up to that standard of where those people are. And take it or leave it. The Europeans, they have come to stay in Africa because they are our brother's keeper. Anytime, any day. Since we cannot manage ourselves, we still cry out to them. Who are the people giving loan to you? Who are the people? Who are your borrowers? Who are they? They are these same people. Because our own, that African mentality, have sunk so deep into their brain that they cannot do anything without European.
All right, thank you so much. Quickly to another story here. Cameroon government has told Nigerian government to take precautionary measures.
On the dams.
On the dams. I think the government needs to be proactive.
I think we've been on that for the past how many years? Since Babanga, Obasanjo time. Before the Cameroonian, before they flushed out their dam, they always notified Nigerian governments. Then the Nigerian government will now go asleep. They will go in slumber, right? This is not the first time. This is not the second time. I think there's something around that parasite that handles that flooding issues, because they always want the disaster to happen so that they can make a lot of money from it, and that is it at the expense of lives of all average citizens of Nigeria, which is not supposed to, right? They have a dam there. That dam, one of the dam, Cameroonian, when they push that water out, it affects Kara here. The Kara where they sell ram here, it affects them. And it affects all other community when it start pushing forward. And you could see what happened to Bayelsa the other time. You could see what happened to Kogi State. Kogi State was half sank. When I say half sank, you see houses being floating. You see, everything being attacked, being affected. Now, the leaders, they're supposed to be proactive. They're supposed to be proactive now and start thinking out of box. But because of what they want to benefit, that's why I say this corruption, it has a symptoms in all of us, all the citizens. Because all these people, they came from the masses. You appointed, they didn't fall from the moon. That is why we need a new reorientation. And number one, what has been bugging me now, why can't we, there's a solution. Michael, there's a solution to our problem in this country. What's our solution? Let us go regional. Let us go regional system of government. Everybody, every region have their own resources. Then let them work on it. When they work on it, then they work on percentage that they will be given to federal. You make that federation weak, federal system, they will make it more weaker so that everybody, every region can perform at the utmost level they can do. So not coming here, we don't want this, you don't want that, you don't want this. When your leader is misbehaving, you know that you are very closer to your leader. You can go straight to him. Nobody can go to Abuja and start complaining now because the distance, the presidency, the governance is far away from us. So that regional system will bring a lot of comforts on the table and will bring a new rehope Nigeria. Likewise, it will bring a new working Nigeria for us, because you can't just say a refinery will be in my region and I'm suffering, and we have a leader that is not governing my region, and we won't be able to cry out, march to him. Why is this refinery in my domain? Why is it not working? Right? But how many people want to go to Abuja? Even if they go to Abuja, they will tell you is if you go and meet your governor, they are part of people who share that refinery turnaround maintenance to money. They are making that money. They did not do anything for 4 years.
Only Tinubu to visit bidding. Do you have an idea of what will be happening there?
Since Okonjo-Iweala came the other time, like 2 months ago, to Nigeria, I could see the hands of cooperation of American governments in Tinubu, the solidarity to Tinubu. I can say that for free to you, because they first of all send the WTO chairman, president, which happens to be Ogun, the World Trade Center, World Trade Organization, that how can this policy, I think they saw what we are not seeing in Tinubu policy. And what we are not seeing likewise, they saw it, that the process this guy is going to liberate Nigeria in future. Number one, he has cut all this pipeline that they are using to siphon money, and that's just once you safeguard all those pipeline. I just mentioned pipeline, those areas they all used to siphon our money. I think we'll be able to generate more incomes. And the problem now is loot. I'm praying that they should not re-loot any money generated, because he's going to be the one to answer. He's going to be answerable for all the bad thing in his government and the good thing in his government. To me now, Nigeria is going to work, but how many of us can wait? Because we've waited for them to create these jargons in the system. We, all of you, we waited for so long. And now we are not crying out loud when the jargons, the rebels, the debris they accumulated together has now overwhelmed the nation. But we were there when they are packing those debris there. We could not caution, we could not, and that was where is the place of what's it called? Civil rights organization. Where is their space? We can't see them no more. Where is the space of the lawyers? We can't see them. We have lawyers, we have erudite lawyers those days that always stand up and confront the government in power. But the lawyers we are having now, they are chop lawyers. Let me tell you, we witnessed the era of Gani Fawehin. We witnessed the era of Agbakuba. We witnessed the era of this same Falana, who happens to be people's lawyer. But where are they today? I think they are political lawyers now. Just give them a brief of 100 million, 200 million. They are good to go.
That's opinion.
That's my real opinion. Yeah. But who are the lawyers fighting for the masses on the street? Gani dedicated his life. Gani always leave his chamber with his suitcase. That suitcase, you see toothbrush, you see sponge case there. Say, you can take me anywhere, but in the truth I stand.
Because of our time.
In truth I stand.
I need to let you go. Thank you so much. Very brilliant compliment.